Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars, and let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. Let rain roll, let rain roll.
And good morning. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stan Salter along with Tim Tulloch, and what a big show we have for you today. We're going to get you all ready for the Sprint Fest Winter Carnival. What a super Saturday we're going to have. Nice weather, 5 stake races, including 2 Grade 3s. We'll get to all that. We have a bunch of videos and interviews to show you. But real quick, we have to recap yesterday, the big national news. Nobody hit the Stronach 5 yesterday. They bet almost $200,000 into it once again, Tim. Nobody hit it. I'm going to go through the long shot winners that was involved in yesterday's Stronach 5, but there's the carryover for next Friday. A little shy of $170,000. It's $169,305.51 to be exact. The expected pool for next Friday's Stronach 5 is expected to be over $500,000. That's going to be huge, and Laurel Park's going to be involved.
Oh, absolutely. It will be huge, and I expect it to get that high. It's a great bet. I don't know how far you got yesterday, but I only got through leg B, and I was done and out, and there you have it, $169,000 carryover to next Friday.
So that's for next Friday. Here's the winners. The first leg at Gulfstream, that was the only, that one paid $660. Hello, Juliet. Then Laurel Park's leg, which was race 9, leg B, you had Autos Trade win at $920, and then the long shots started rolling in. Santa Anita race 4, you had a $22 winner with Gio Pronto. Gulfstream race 11, you had an $89 winner with Off the Mark for the connections, who were 0 for 26 at the meet. Eduardo Aspurza with Lugo aboard. They were 0 for the meet, and they score with Off the Mark at $89. And then the big long shot winner at Golden Gate Fields, you had Cherie pay $140, so nobody had that combination and a monster carryover.
Yeah, and jockey Lugo at Gulfstream Park, our boss is Dave Joseph's favorite new jockey, by the way, Lugo in Florida. And the horse that won at Santa Anita, first-time starter by Giopani from a conditioner who hits at 2% with his first-time starters, over like 47 of them. So after the first 2 legs, it went bad for a lot of us.
I'm putting my request in right now. I want the first leg of the Stronach 5 next Friday. Have it right here at Laurel Park. We'll have a bunch of national attention on that race. The handle for that race will be over $500,000. We'll be involved one way or another. I'd love to have the first leg of it right here at Laurel.
We typically do. We didn't this week, and we offered a really nice race this week. That was a first-level allowance condition. We come up with a race like that. Maybe we'll move back to the top of the list.
All right, so that was yesterday. Let's get ready for today. Another super Saturday here at Laurel Park. It's our annual Sprint Fest Winter Carnival. Let's show you what's going on. 5 stake races, including the Grade 3 Barbara Fritchie and the Grade 3 General George, both for $250,000. We're going to have an ice wall for all the fans. You can chip away and win almost $3,000. Well, there's $3,000 in prizes in the ice wall you can win. We're going to have an ice carving demo for all the fans. We're going to have a cool, snazzy tech glove giveaway. And you see at the bottom of the fingertips there, Tim, you see the black? That's so you can text and use your iPhone or your iPad. That'll be great for you when you're on the pony in the morning and you're texting and you're emailing in your picks and doing your handicap, and you can use the tech glove giveaway.
Absolutely. Just got to get someone to send a pair down to the office for Timmy T.
There's some snazzy looking colors, so you get a pair of them when you buy a program. Of course, we're going to have a nice dining room buffet today, and we're going to have a nice hot cocoa and coffee bar. So we're going to have all all your needs covered today here on Winter Carnival. You can grab a table and tips and tycoons as well. The Garden Terrace will be packed. The sports book, I bet you the sports book and a sports bar, they'll be jam-packed today. The sports book with that 75-foot LED wall will have all the Laurel Park action and your simulcast action and sports action from all over the country. So, all right, let's get going. Also, hey, don't forget about this. We have a nice handicapping tournament that starts today. The Cure the Winter Blues handicapping tournament starts today. It's going to go 5 Saturdays through March 16th. We're going to have weekly and grand prizes. All right, it's a $2 mythical win place wager on the final 5 live races at Laurel and 2 designated races from Gulfstream. It's only a $10 entry fee. All right, so in Laurel Park's going to match the weekly pot up to $300 per week. All right, a prize pool based on entry fees and match amount from Laurel Park. So you can learn more about this at the guest services booth, first floor of the clubhouse. Or if you see Ty, ask Ty. He'll tell you all about it. Also today, all right, for all you Maryland Jockey Club reward card holders, today only, you hit the late pick 4 at Laurel Park, and you earn a 10% bonus in MJC reward points. So bonus capped at 5,000 points. Tim, you like the late pick 4 today. Late pick 4 starts in race 7, the John B. Campbell. That's my price play of the day today in the Campbell. I love the 3 Unbridled Juan in there at 5-1.
Oh, I like Unbridled Juan. He's on my ticket. He's in my exacta, but I don't have him on top.
All right, let's get right to it here. Let's show you a picture of the main track. We're going to have a beautiful fast track all afternoon. No bad weather. I think let's see the conditions. There's a picture of the track. What are the weather? Okay, in the 40s, mostly sunny. All right, no rain, no snow. We'll have a perfect, fair playing, fast racetrack. Let's get right to it here. Race 1 is going to kick off the early pick 5. Both your pick 5s, just like the Stronach 5. Your best bet with the industry low 12% takeout on the pick 5s here at Laurel Park. Also, this early pick 5 is a mandatory payout on the early pick 5. I have a ticket for both pick 5s today. Let's take a look here. Race 1, I go with the 1-7. That's a $24 ticket. 1-7 in the opener. Race 2, I go with the 2-5-9. Race 3, I use the 3-9. Race 4, that's a wide open maiden 10,000. I go 4 deep there with the 1-3, 9-10. And then the stakes action starts in race 5 with the $100,000 Miracle Wood for 3-year-olds going a mile. We're going to have a heavy favorite in there. The 2, Always Mining, I have on top, looking for 4 in a row here at Laurel Park. He's won 2 his last 2 have been against Stakes Company. He just ran an 89 buyer when he won the half last out late December. Daniel Centeno in town to ride for Kelly Rubley. I know you like Always Mining today as well. We have a video spotlight to show you of that horse. The Miracle Wood, a nice anchor for this early pick 5.
Anchor for the pick 6, Rainbow pick 6 too, because he is my single to start out the pick 6 later on the day.
Well, let's take a look here at race 1. We're going 6 furlongs in the opener, claiming 12,500. Filly and Mares 4 and up. Never won 3 lifetime. I go with the 7 on top here. Very charming for trainer Scott Lake. Ricardo Chappie has been heating up here recently. He had a win yesterday. What's today? Saturday? Yesterday
Friday.
He had a win. So Chappie, he's heating up. He rides well for Lake. They're 19% together. This horse, a decent second last out at this level. A good win here at Laurel Park, 2 back in late December. So the last 2 have been very sharp. And I think this 4-year-old daughter of Flatter gets a nice stalking trip on the outside today.
Yeah, his last 4 races have been decent races, including that win 2 back right here at Laurel Park, going 3/4 of a mile over a good racetrack. Now he runs in his next start at this level. He runs into a bear, and Madam Tiger runs second, gets beat 9 lengths. Madam Tiger would come back and win again, so he ran into a real tough one in that last race. Has had a nice work for Scott Lake since, and I agree. I have Very Charming on top as well.
All right, so we both had the 7 on top. We also like the 1-5-8 here in race 1. Let's move along here. We have lots of action to get to in this handicapping show. Race 2 is going to start the Rolling Super Super High 5, and that's a nice carryover in race 2, a little shy of 3,900. The Super High 5 has that low 15% takeout. We have it every race with 7 or more horses, so if they don't hit it here in the second race, that'll carry over to the third race. So keep your eye on the rolling Super High 5 throughout the day. Race 2 also kicks off the early pick 4. So we're going 6 furlongs, claiming 25,000 for 3-year-old fillies. I go to the outside here in race 9. I'm sorry, in race 2, I have the 9 on top, no stone unturned. Maybe we'll get a nice price here on this horse, a 3-year-old filly by Bustin' Stone. She's 6-1 morning line for our leading trainer, Claudio Gonzalez. You get the 5-pound apprentice, Adrian Flores, to ride. Flores was aboard last out, a nice win against Open 12-5 late January here at Laurel. I like the confident step up here for the top barn, and we'll get a decent price here on the 9, no stone unturned.
Yeah, and when you're looking at this race, you'll notice that a lot of these horses are stepping up from that 12.5 to the 25,000, like almost all of them with the exception of a couple. And this New York bred comes out of that 12.5 win where she ran a decent number under Adrian Flores. Adrian Flores returns today. Nice work since that last race. And Claudio Gonzalez's horses win 2 in a row, 28% of the time.
All right, so we both like the 9. We both like the 1. You have the 1 starting tour on top. Joan Rosado on this 3-year-old filly by Buffalo for trainer Gary Capuano. She had a real nice debut score late January here at Laurel.
Real nice. She got bet down to favorite in that maiden 16,000, and she got it done. And she ran a pretty professional race, just laid off the pace a little bit, took a lot of dirt, ran like she'd done it 1,000 times before, came on and got the job done, and ran a solid enough number to win this race here if she can run back to that maiden start for Gary Capuano, and I think she can. Johan Rosado returns, and this was 4-1 on the morning line.
All right, so we like some similar horses there in race 2. Let's move along here. Race 3, we're going a flat mile, claiming 5,000. Never won 2, lifetime 4 and up. I have the 3 on top, the favorite. We both have the favorite on top, 7-5 morning line on the 3 Street Review for trainer Justin Nixon. Rosado on the Street Cry 5-year-old, an okay third last out in his first start here at Laurel Park. I was against 12-5, 2 life going 2 turns. The winner of that race, Totolitario, would come right back to win, stepping up in class. So that was a decent effort. Now Street Review drops to the nickel 2 life, an aggressive move here by Justin Nixon.
And it takes on the Laurel dirt for the second time. It had been a while since he'd been on conventional dirt, and I thought that last race, even though he got beat 10 lengths, he ran a respectable third, but it was a respectable race. He ran a good solid number in a 56 Beyer speed figure, first time on dirt in a while, and with the drop and the race over the racetrack, this one moves forward, and I agree. Street Review is most likely to get it done in today's third.
All right, so we both have the 3 on top. We both have the 9 in our exact. Disco Express gets your leading rider, Trevor McCarthy, to ride for Mike Trombetta, and his horse been knocking at the door at this level. His last 3 starts been right there at this level. You get McCarthy once again today, so you know you get a hard try and ride here for the 9 Disco Express.
Yeah, the biggest question is with Disco Express is which Disco Express is going to show up. He is capable of winning this race. He's got races on his form that win this race, but then he'll throw you 2 or 3 bad ones where he gets beat off double digits. Even in his last race where he ran second, he got beat 13 lengths. Look down his form, you'll see a race 3 back that is good enough to win today, but the race in between, double-digit beat, and you'll go up and down his form and you'll see that. If he runs his best, he can win it. The problem is, will he?
All right, so both Tim and I have a cold 3-9 exacta there in race 3. Let's move along. Race 4 will kick off the middle pick 4, and this race is wide open for all you multi-race players. It's a maiden claiming 10,000, 4 and up. We're going 5.5 furlongs. The 1, Jack Greer's Tub Hutch, 7-5 morning line. We both have the 1 on top. You get the leading rider, Trevor McCarthy. This horse a good second at this level. Last out, coming off the layoff. Run some good races last year as well as a 3-year-old, but he doesn't have to win. He doesn't look like it doesn't look like he's going to go to the front. He'll probably sit second or third or something. something, so he might be in traffic early on, and he's cheap. But I mean, he's in good form. He ran big off the layoff, and hopefully he can run another big one 2 weeks coming back here, second off the layoff.
And with a name like Jack Greer's Tub Hutch, even if he didn't look like the best in the race, I might have to back this horse. But he does look like the best in the race, coming second off a layoff with a nice return where he got beat 8 lengths while running second for Ann Merriman. Trevor McCarthy returns, gets the inside draw, but I don't think that's going to be an issue. This is a pretty soft group. Jack Greer's Tub Hutch gets to take a bath today.
It is a soft group, so you get the leading rider there on the favorite, the 1, the 10. We both have a 1-10-9. The 10 here is 77 Force from Michael Sandoval. Alex Cintron will ride. This horse a good second 2 starts ago, rallying from off the pace. Didn't run very well last out, kind of maybe a bounce last out. See if this horse can get back into good form today. It is a barn change for the 10. Was in a different barn for that good race 2 starts ago. Now makes his first start for, looks like a new trainer here, Michael Sandoval.
This one will be coming late, gets a little outrun, but no one's going to be running that fast in the stretch. And I'm not sure where that race came back 2 starts ago where he ran a 52, which towers over this field, but it also towers over anything he'd ever done before. So if he runs back to that, he wins. Chances of him running back to that are probably not very good, although this is a good group for him.
All right, so we both have the 2 favorites on top, the 1-10, but they're both suspects, so go deep as you can here in this race. If you're playing multi-race wagers, I go 4 deep in race 4 on my early pick 5 ticket. I used the 1, 3, 9, 10. Let's get a quick commercial break. The stakes action starts with race 5. We have 5 consecutive stake races. We have a bunch of videos to show you. We'll get to that right after this.
Whether you're at home or at the track, have a stake in the race when you bet with ExpressBet. Sign up for an ExpressBet online betting account and receive up to a $500 sign-up bonus.
Okay, welcome back here. Race 5 is going to kick off the stakes action. It's the Miracle Wood for $100,000 for top 3-year-olds going a mile. You've had some nice 3-year-olds in your day. We have the Miracle Wood, the Wide Country, the John B. Campbell today, the General George, the Barbara Fritchie. Have you ever won any of these?
Won the Miracle Wood, second in the Fritchie, and second in the Wide Country.
All right, pretty good. Pretty good. Who'd you win the Miracle Wood with?
Gattopardo.
Gattopardo. Okay.
Gattopardo.
All right.
103 buyer speed figure that day.
That's pretty big.
It was a big race for him.
That's pretty big. Well, let's take a look here. Race 5, the Miracle Wood. See if we're going to have any superstars that fire a big number today. Race 5 is going to kick off the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. There's the carryover, over 1,700. Tim, you have a ticket. Let's check it out.
I do. I go single right off the bat. Always Mining's got to get it done for us right here in the 5th race in the Miracle Wood, and I think he will. Race 6, second leg, I go 4 deep using the 1, 3, 5, and 7. Race 7, I go 2 deep using the 3 and 9. Race 8, 4 deep, 2, 6, 7, 8. Race 9, 4 deep again, 1, 2, 4, 8. And in the 10th, I go 2 deep using the 4 Velocita Brillante for Claudia Gonzalez. And a very interesting horse, Miguel Vera brings back. Just broke her maiden, but Mary's Jewel, the 6, $51.20. Rainbow Pick 6.
All right, so you have a bold single here in race 5, and it's on the favorite. I have this horse on top as well, the 2, Always Mining. For Runnymede Racing LLC and trainer Kelly Rubley, a 3-year-old son of Stay Thirsty, a Maryland bred. Daniel Centeno, the regular rider, back aboard today. Centeno's won 3 in a row on this horse. Let's show you the last win from December 29th here at Laurel Park in the half stakes. This was an open $100,000 stake. No problem for Always Mining.
No problem, and Always Mining was rolling right along. Went 22 and change the first quarter, 46 flat for the half, 110 for 3/4 and then just drew off and got the job done, or running a lifetime best. This is a nice horse. He's looking to win 4 in a row today and has done nothing but great things since moving to the Kelly Rubley barn. And he comes out of that race where he beat Win, who would come back and win the Pasco in Tampa 2 starts ago. He beat our Brain Trust, who won the Tremont last summer at Belmont Park and was just 3rd in the Grade 3 Withers.
Yep.
So it's not like he's been beating up on some soft company. He's been beating up on some serious horses. This horse comes in here with some great works. I like Always Mining. Daniel Santino takes the plane back from Tampa Bay Downs after a very weird fall the other day. I don't know if you saw that at Tampa Bay Downs. He was in front. His horse spooked. Off he went. Gets up here on the plane. Daniel Santino in town to ride for Kelly Rubley. My best bet of the day, your best bet of the day, Always Mining.
Yep, my best bets or dual best bets here on Always Mining. Glad to hear Centeno is okay. He's a former leading rider around here in Maryland. He comes back here in the spring, summer, and fall, and he's one of our top riders around here. So Always Mining is going to be awfully tough. Let's see if there's anybody in here that has an upset shot of beating him. The 4, Mount Travers. It's a well-bred 3-year-old by Speightstown, out of a Malibu Moon mare for Alpha Delta Stables and trainer Linda Rice. A big number last out. That was back in mid-December. First start in the Linda Rice barn here at Laurel Park. Going a mile in the slop against First Level Allowance Company. Marched right to the front and galloped by 5 lengths with a strong 79 Beyer speed figure. So that was as a 2-year-old. He's been freshened up since then, just like Always Mining, coming off a brief freshening. So is the 4, Mount Travers, who's been working well up there at the Belmont training track for Linda Rice. You get Caramanos to ride. I don't think Caramanos is going to – you're going to have 2 journeyman jockeys going at it early on here. I don't think Caramanos is going to let Centeno have a stroll in the park today on the favorite. I think Mount Travers might be all over Always Mining early on.
Well,
here.
He certainly might, but I just look at this and I think Always Mining is just a little bit faster than Mount Travers. And I also consider the fact that I don't know how much the slop helped Mount Travers out in his last start, because he certainly improved when he got on that sloppy going. He's had 3 work since, as you mentioned, for Linda Rice, and she hits about 23% off this type of layoff. You have to respect the horse. I didn't use him on my ticket. I'm just concerned about the fact that he gets back on a fast track and simply might not be as good on a fast track as he was in the slop.
All right, we both like the 6, Gray Magician, for trainer Peter Miller, who has the favorite later on in the Grade 3 Barbara Fritchie. Flavian Pratt comes from California as well to ride this 3-year-old colt by Gradar. And Gray Magician, an okay effort against Grade 3 company in the Sham 2 back, and maybe a little disappointing in the slop last out at Santa Anita, but still fired a respectable Beyer speed figure.
Oh yeah, I'll draw a line through that last race in the slop at Santa Anita, and the race in this Grade 3 Sham wasn't a bad effort. Got beat 3 lengths while running 4th. Big race while breaking his maiden at Del Mar, a big number. We know it's easy to run big numbers against horses that you're just pounds better than, and he won by 9.5 lengths. So he's going to have to run back to that race to get the job done here today. Has had an easy half mile since that last race, but I give him some respect, and he's in my exacta.
All right, let's move right along here. We have tons of stuff. Well, you have one more?
I would just watch out for the 3. Wendell Fogg just broke his maiden, comes in here for the hottest outfit probably on the racetrack. 2 big works, 47 and for the half, January 27th, 59 and change, 5/8 of a mile. That's my watch-out horse in today's Miracle Wood.
All right, so a nice group of 3-year-olds in the Miracle Wood to kick off the Rainbow Pick 6, race 6. Kicks off the late pick 5. It's the $100,000 wide country for 3-year-old fillies, going 7 furlongs, and no carryover today in the late pick 5. They hit it yesterday, paid almost $500, but as always, that industry low, 12% takeout, and both are pick 5s here at Laurel Park. I have a ticket for the late pick 5. Let's check it out here. Race 6, the wide country. I like the 3-hour Super Freak on top, but the 7, 2 Dozen Roses for a guy by the name of Todd Pletcher. She might be tough in
Ever
there
hear of him?
as well. Yeah, he's pretty good. I'm going to single on a 5-1 shot there. Race 7, the John B. Campbell, I absolutely love. The 3, Unbridled One. The barn likes him today as well. I think he'll be a monster today in the John Campbell. Race 8, the Grade 3, General George, I think it's a big 14-horse field. I think it's wide open. There's several talented runners in there. I go 5 deep. I like the 4, Colonel Sharp on top at 12-1. The 6, Still Having Fun's your morning line favorite. The 7, Lakai is going to be tough. You know the 11, Rockin' on By is going to be coming late. And the 13, Something Awesome, won it last year, and you get the Hall of Famer Prado aboard. So I'm 5 deep in the General George. Race 9, the Grade 3, Barbara Fritchie. I have last year's winner on top, the 8, Miss Locust Point, but I also like the 1, Spice Perfection, your favorite. The 2, Late Night Powwow, has won like 100 races in a row, and also the 10, Your Love, for Chad Brown and Trevor McCarthy. I think you have to use. And race 10, I used the 4-9. So I can't wait to the Grade 3 action we get to, but we have 2 more stakes to get to before that.
Yeah, those graded stakes races today are deep, and you're smart to go that deep. I did the same thing.
All right, let's take a look here. Race 6, the Wide Country 3-year-old fillies, 100,000, 7 furlongs. We both have the 3 on top, Our Super Freak. Let's show you her last race, late December here at Laurel in the $100,000 Jen Talking.
Yeah, I mean, she runs third this day. She ends up getting beat 7 lengths for the whole thing, but she was laying a little. She got close, and then she just flattened out. But this was over a good racetrack. This racetrack, even though it doesn't appear to have a lot of moisture in it, it did, and it was a little heavy. She gets back to a fast racetrack today, which I think she prefers. If you look down her form, you'll see on October 8th, she ran a lifetime best over a fast racetrack at Delaware Park. She ran good over a sloppy racetrack, but there's a difference between slop and good. They get across slop, they get stuck in good or muddy. I think she moves forward again today for for Jamie Ness.
All right, and Angel Suarez will ride the Mine Shaft filly for a top outfit here. So we have the 3 Our Super Freak on top, the 7 2 Dozen Roses for Todd Pletcher. You get Georgie Vargas Jr. to ride the Super Saver filly. A nice win last out against Allowance Company, coming off a 2-month layoff. It was right here at Laurel Park, late January. Rallied from off the pace that day to win, going 6 furlongs and 1:10-2. Gets an extra furlong today. So the 7 2 Dozen Roses might love the 7 furlong distance today.
Well, she certainly might like the 7 furlongs distance. She absolutely had to grind out that win in her last start. She was pretty outrunning. She got the job done. First time off a layoff, second time off this layoff here today, and Todd Pletcher hits at 23%. He hits at a lot of big percentages in a lot of groups, but she's going to have to do better than her last 2 starts to get the job done here today. She shows that nice race back at Saratoga last summer. That's close enough. She's going to have to run back to that. Her last 2 simply aren't going to be good enough. I use her. She is in my exacta. I don't think she can get the win, though.
All right, I use a local filly in my top 3, the 2 Las Citas for Katie Voss. Jevion Toledo will ride, a nice maiden special weight score last out. She's stepping up here, big step up the stakes company today. You didn't use her, but I didn't use the 5, the well-traveled Bodemeister filly. This filly's run. How many different racetracks does she run at?
4 different racetracks in her last 7 starts.
And she gets McCarthy, so you didn't use the 2, and I didn't use the 5.
Yeah, she's coming out of a good lifetime effort, going a mile at Oaklawn Park. She got beat 5 lengths that day, but fired a 64 speed figure that day, her lifetime best. Now she's going to have to come back with that and maybe even a little bit better, but this is a well-traveled filly with lots of experience, and she does attract our meet's leading rider, Trevor McCarthy.
All right, so a nice group of 3-year-old fillies here in the Wide Country to kick off the late pick 5. Let's keep moving here. We have a bunch of videos to show you for the 2 Grade 3 races this afternoon, but race 7 is going to be one of my favorite races of the day because my price play of the day here is in race 7. It kicks off the late pick 4. Now, you can get a 10% bonus if you hit the late pick 4 today at Laurel Park. You earn a 10% bonus in your Maryland Jockey Club reward point. Just go to guest services first floor of the clubhouse, or find Ty, or find anybody, Tim, Lucius, they'll tell you all about it. You hit the late pick 4 today, and you get a nice 10% bonus and your MJC reward points. Tim, you have a late pick 4 ticket. It starts in race 7, the John B. Campbell. Let's check it out.
It does. A nice $32 ticket. Maybe we can help you out here a little bit. 7th race, I go 3 deep using the 3 and 9. 4 deep in both the graded stakes, the General George and the Fritchie, using the 2, 6, 7, 8 in the 8th, the 1, 2, 4, 8 in the 9th, and I go 4, 6 in the 10th. $32 ticket. Good luck if you play along.
All right, let's take a look here. Race 7, $100,000 John Campbell for some talented older horses, 4 and up. We're going a mile in an 8th, and I have the 3 on top. You have the 9 on top, right, Tim?
Yeah, Monongahela.
Let's start there with the 9, Monongahela, because we have a video spotlight to show you. Trevor McCarthy will ride today. Let's show you the video from Aqueduct late December.
Yeah, this was his race at the Queens County. He hooked a muddy track and just kind of keeps on driving on down to the wire. Doesn't quite get up for the win, but does run a lifetime best race this particular day. Gets back to a fast racetrack today, which I think will help him. I think he'll be able to lay a little bit closer over this fast racetrack. Now, the concern with Monongahela is he likes to run second. He's run second 9 times in his life with only 5 wins, but he's got experience at the distance. He gets a trainer change to Jason Service. He hits 39% when horses run in his barn for the first time, and he also gets a rider change to Trevor McCarthy, who will probably keep him a little bit closer, rides with a little bit more aggression, and I think that will be enough for Monongahela, 4-1 on the morning line.
Sure, he'll be right there. He's in good form. He goes to a barn that's hitting at what, 32% last
32%.
year. They're 39% with new runners in the barn. You get McCarthy, so you have a 9-3 on top. I have a 3-9 on top. The 3 on Bridal Wand. This horse is very sharp right now. He's my price play of the day at 5-1. Alex Cintron will ride for trainer Jose Corrales, and a 1-2 stakes in a row this past fall, including the Richard Small right here at Laurel Park, November 10th. That was going 9 furlongs. They took him down to Gulfstream. They were maybe going to run him in the Pegasus turf race down there. They went in the Grade 3 Hooper instead, and he ran okay. I think he just ran out of real estate down there, only going a mile. He was coming late. Now he gets back to 9 furlongs today. He's 2 for 2 here at Laurel Park. He's 5 for 5 in the money at this distance. The barn says he's very sharp and doing very well right now. So I love the 3 on Bridal Wand on top.
Well, I don't think you're going to get 5-1. It wouldn't surprise me if Bridal Wand goes off as your post-time favorite coming out of that race in Florida, which I didn't think was a bad race at all over the slop. But he gets back to a fast track where he's run very well. He gets back to Laurel Park where he's 2 for 2, as you mentioned, and he comes in here with a sharp work on February 9th, 5/8 of a mile in 101 flat. I like Unbridled Wand. He's in my exacta. He could be very, very tough. And like I said, wouldn't surprise me if he is the post-time favorite.
And we both like the 10 and the 11 here as well. Bonus points. He always shows up here at Laurel Park. 3 wins, 3 seconds from 7 starts. He's a late closer. Fergal Lynch has won on him before for Todd Pletcher. Bonus points. He'll be coming late to get a piece of it. Might not be good enough to win it. And the 11, General Downs, in fine form right now. Has won 2 in a row here at Laurel, including the native dancer last out for Kelly Rubley. Julian Pimentel will ride. General Downs, a 6-year-old son of Mineshaft, in very good form right now, and he's a great value today at 8-1.
Yeah, and bonus points. The key to bonus points today is Fergal Lynch. This is a tricky horse to ride. Fergal has ridden him very, very well. The 3 times he's ridden him with 2 wins and a just missed second by a nose. You've got to get there late. You can't get there too early, and that's why Fergal fits this horse. And General Downs is just an improving horse right now and good enough to get up there and get a piece and maybe more.
All right, so we like the same 4 horses there in the John B. Campbell. Let's turn the page. The Grade 3 action starts in race 8. We have a bunch of stuff to show you here. Let me get my rundown going here on this snazzy-looking iPhone here. Race 8 is the Grade 3 General George, 4 and up. We're going 7 furlongs here in race 8. Let's start with the morning line favorite, who neither one of us pick on top. The morning line favorite for this 14-horse field, the General George, is the 6, still having fun. He's 9-2. What a betting race this is going to be. Your morning line favorite is 9-2. The 6, still having fun for trainer Tim Keefe. Let's show you his win win in the Grade 2 Woody Stevens last June up there at Belmont Park. Here he comes late on the far outside on that. Now he switched over to his right lead, and he's going to get up going 7 furlongs with a 94 buyer.
Oh, that was a big race. That was a big day for Tim Keefe, and this race is what put this horse on the map, and he's just moved forward. Now, he's been running against some really, really tough company in his last few starts behind McKenzie, Audible, Promises Fulfilled, serious racehorses. He might be taking a little bit of a class drop today.
We have a video to show you of his work as well. His final tune-up was last Sunday right here at Laurel Park. A good-looking work. There he sits behind horses, tips to the outside, and goes right on by him. You saw the work as well, right?
I did too, and while you and I don't have him on top, if you checked out my Twitter feed this morning, you'll see that my daughter Sophie Lee, who was on hand for this work, is still having fun on top, and as she properly pointed out, he's got enough stamina and enough speed at the end to get the job done. She likes still having fun.
And he was just crowned the champion Maryland-bred 3-year-old for last year at the Renaissance Awards last Tuesday night. I like him. He's in my exacta. He's in your top 4. He'll be coming late. Can he get there in time? That's the question. He's a 3-time winner here at Laurel Park, including a couple stakes wins last year as a 3-year-old. He won the Frank Whiteley and won the Miracle Wood. So he's going to run big. He's been training well. It's a good-looking work that we just showed you from last Sunday. The 6 still having fun. A deserved 9-2 favorite here. Let's go to Something Awesome, okay? Something Awesome. He only won this race last year. Let's show you that race from February 2018. Here comes Something Awesome in the, what was it, rain or snow or something that day. It was a sloppy track. It was looks like it was rain, snow, fog. It looks like it was Preakness for General George last year. But here comes Something Awesome in traffic. Gets up for a big win, and then he would go on to win the Harrison Johnson and the Grade 2 Charlestown Classic. This was kind of his big coming out party last year for trainer Jose Corrales.
Well, it certainly was, and I wasn't here last year. I happened to be in Aruba last year when these races ran, but I have some concern about Something Awesome. There's no question about it. 2 of his last 3 races have been very dismal performances. He was able to run a good one in an allowance race 2 starts ago here at Laurel Park, but he's going to have to get back to that kind of form if he's going to have anything to say about this race here today.
Well, he just ran in the $9 million Pegasus World Cup down there at Gulfstream late January. That was a trying effort, going 9 furlongs in the slop. It was 88-1. He got clobbered, beat almost 30 lengths. We caught up with trainer Jose Corrales, asking him about Something Awesome and how he's doing since getting back here to his home track at Laurel Park.
Well, I think it is. I mean, the horse come back here and bounce back right away like he never even run, you know. We discussed him with Mike and everything like that to see if the horse was going to run or not. We don't even think to running in this race before that. But now the horse just come back like feeling really good, and I think there's no reason why he winning last year. Now he's the same thing. I know he's been running longer now, but I think he'll be okay in this race.
All right, so Corrales said he came back like gangbusters. He's been doing well since getting back here to Laurel Park. You're going to get the Hall of Famer Edgar Prado to ride. If he's back on his A game, the 13 son, I don't have him in my top 4, but I do use him on my late pick 5 ticket.
Yeah.
If he's on his A game, he'll be a factor late.
And he does have a nice work since arriving back here at Laurel since that race in Florida. But that's the end of the day is he has to be on his A game today. If he's not, he doesn't win it.
All right, so that's last year's winner, this year's morning line favorite. Let's get to our top picks. My top pick here is a 12-1 shot. The 4 Colonel Sharp, a 6-year-old son of Colonel John for Rising Sun Racing Stables, Inc. and trainer Hugh McMahon. Let's show you his big win right here at Laurel Park, late December in the $100,000 the $100,000 Dave's Friend. He was in front by 2, turning for home after setting some or dueling for some fast early fractions. He sat second early on and then got to the front, turning for home. He survives a stretch battle here. They're coming at him late, but he hangs on. He wins by a head. He fires a 100-buyer speed figure in that win. They went 109-1. That's a serious racehorse time. Colonel Sharp proved he's a top sprinter in that race. Now, we're getting a decent price on him today. We're getting 12 to 1 on him today because I think he just absolutely bounced last out in the Grade 3 toboggan up there at Aqueduct. Maybe he didn't like the track. It was an off track. No, it was a fast track up there. Maybe he didn't like the track or something. I think he just bounced up there. I think he bounces back to a big number today. He's a two-time winner going 7 furlongs. J.D. Acosta will ride. He'll have the jump on still having fun and something awesome. He should be right there turning for home. And then the question is he good enough against Grade 3 company?
Well, I can't beat you up too much about this pick, Stan, because I have a long shot pick in this race too. But his last try up there at Aqueduct, he ran dead last 2 starts ago here in the Dave's Friend, a big race. But the last 2 times this one's tried a graded company, no good. Beaten 5 lengths, beaten 7 lengths. Horse he beat in the Dave's Friend race was the Ohio-bred horse of the year in Ultimissimo, and I just don't think beyond Lakai in that race, I don't think there was a whole lot behind him in that race, and he just barely hung on. So I'm picking against him, but I'm sure you're not going with my top pick, the 2 home run hitter.
All right, so you don't go with the 4. I don't go with the 2. Let's talk about him, home run maker. Yeah, he's very sharp right now. He's won 3 in a row, including last out and $100,000 Fire Plus.
Yeah, this is my price play of the day, and he's on a 3-race win streak, and he's had 1 second, 1/3 got beat ahead here. He loves Laurel Park. Life best in his last while winning the Fire Plug at a 96 Spire speed figure, and he comes out of the hottest barn in the land. Jeremiah Engelhardt winning at 47% right here. Georgie Vargas returns on home run maker, who has tactical speed, perfect going the 7/8 of a mile. He can sit off of it. Big works coming in. I watched that work last Saturday morning on February 9th, 47 and change. Looks good on paper, looked better to the eye.
Yeah, I could have messed up by not using him. I guess maybe my thinking he'll get covered up in traffic a little bit early on, breaking from the 2-hole in a big 14-horse field, but he probably has enough speed to get in a good early spot. I can't fault his recent form. I can't beat you up too much. You get Vargas for a 47% winning outfit right now.
Oh, absolutely. And the 2-hole could be an issue. I got beat with Sensibly Chic breaking from the 2 in the Barbara Fritchie,
right,
and got beat 3/4 of a length to a horse that she came back and beat next time in New York without a problem. So it can be an issue. You've got to get away. You've got to hold your position.
Okay, well, let's talk about a 15 to 1 shot, long shot in here, the 12 cord maker. Neither one of us use the 12 cord maker, but trainer Rodney Jenkins has won this race before. He won it a few years back when it was a Grade 2. He won it with bandbox and cord maker. While he had a sensational win last out late December in the Jennings when he was only a 3-year-old. Now he's a 4-year-old son of Curlin, a Maryland bred for Hillwood Stable and Rodney Jenkins. He had a work last weekend, February 9th, last Saturday. Let's show you that work for cord maker. This horse is 15 to 1, and I think maybe deserves some respect. I didn't use him on my late pick 5 ticket, but I probably should have. This was a 5 furlong workout, 58-3. Looks pretty good to me, Tim.
It was really good, and he did it, as you can see, well within himself. I can tell you this horse has been doing fantastic all week, seeing him on the racetrack virtually every day. I didn't use this horse last time either, but Acacia Courtney did have this horse on top in the Jennings, and they got the money. He ran a lifetime best 90 by her speed figure, takes a step up to graded company today, is going to need his very best. But these Curlins, they get better as they get a little bit older,
right,
and he might get better as a 4-year-old.
All right, we both like the 7 Lakai, the hard trying Lakai. Caramano's going to ride this Maryland bred for Damon Dill DeVico, a sharp win in the Howard Bender 2 starts ago. This horse Lakai, he's a fighter. He's a 7-time winner at Laurel Park, and he has early speed. He's probably going to be right there turning for home as well, and he's going to give you some fights in the stretch.
He's coming off a great year in 2018, including a nice win in the Bender and a good race in the Dave's Friend. At his best, he could get it done.
All right, so 14 horses in the Grade 3 General George. Let's turn the page. We have lots to show you for the Grade 3 Barbara Fritchie. That's race 9. Race 9 kicks off the late daily double, 250,000 on the line here for the Grade 3 Barbara Fritchie. Filly mares 4 and up. We're going 7 furlongs here in race 9. Let's start with your morning line favored, the one Spice Perfection, coming all the way here from California. She was a Grade 1 winner last time she ran out there, late December at Santa Anita. She won the Grade 1 Libre. Let's show you that big win. She rallied from off the pace this day in the 8-horse field. There she is coming wide, turning for home in the Grade 1 Libre, and she gets to the front here, and she goes on to win by a length and a quarter with Flavian Pratt aboard. Pratt's been aboard her last 2 starts. She's won her last 2 starts. They went the 7 furlongs in 23 and 2. That's a pretty quick time. So we're looking at a Grade 1 winner coming all the way here from California to take on Grade 3 company. But just like we were talking about in the General George with the home run makers, got to overcome the inside, and you had your filly that had to overcome the inside and
couldn't.
And couldn't. How many times have we seen the one hole get horses beat going 7 furlongs? And so the favorite's going to have to overcome that today.
She certainly will, but she's coming out of 2 good races. She's run her 2 best races going 7/8 of a mile, and those were in her 2 last starts, back-to-back 91 speed figures. Flavian Pratt comes in to ride. Big win in a Grade 1 at Santa Anita in her last start. She has been here for a few days. She's gotten some trips over the track, schooled at the gate yesterday. I think she'll be ready to go for Peter Miller, who hits at 26% off this type of layoff, 30 to 60 days.
All right, we'll get to a late night powwow in a second, but real quick, let's talk about my top pick here, the 8 Miss Locust Point. She won this race last year by 4.5 as a 4-year-old filly. Now she's a 5-year-old mare. She had a nice tune-up win last out against Allowance Company at Parks January 1st. They went an okay time that day. The buyer speed figure came back a little low, only 88 for that win. She only fired an 88 when she won the Fritchie last year. She's very quick. I think she's going to get a good trip on the outside. Let's see her picks real quick here, because I have the 8 Miss Locust Point. I should have pulled that Fritchie win from last year, but I didn't. But I have her on top. You like her as well.
Yeah, the defending champ returns in good form for John Service, who's very, very good, won at 24% last year. My concern about Miss Locust Point is, while she's good on a fast track, I think she's just a tad better when there's moisture in the racetrack. She's capable on the fast. I think she's a little bit better on the track with moisture, as her last 2 starts show, and then earlier when she won the ski pat at Pimlico on a sloppy track. So she's going to have to come up with another big race to get it done today. This race is deep and competitive.
Right, well, but she has every chance to pull off the upset because she's going to have that speed on the outside. She's
got the best trip.
Regardless of the results, Miss Locust Point, she's going to get a better trip than the 1 and the 2
no
are.
question.
Right?
No question.
Let's talk about the 2. This is a special filly here, the 2 late night powwow. This filly by Fiber Sandy, a West Virginia bred for Breeze Easy LLC and trainer Javier Contreras. She's won 8 in a row. Her last 2 against Stakes Company right here at Laurel Park. Let's show you the win in the What a Summer, January 12th here at Laurel Park. This race was going. This was the Will on the Move, where she rallies from off the pace here. This is where she rallied from off the pace in the mud to beat Miss Locust Point. This was back in late November. After this, she had come back and she'd win the What a Summer, but this was an impressive win here for late night powwow.
Well, look, what can you say? She's 10 for 11 lifetime. She's 2 for 2 here at Laurel Park. She's 4 for 4 at the distance, and she knows how to win. It doesn't matter. Came in here last Saturday, worked 5/8 of a mile in 59 flat, which Javier Contreras has done in the last 2 times she's won her stakes here. Came in a week before from Charlestown and worked her over the track. I mean, she's just a true runner. This is a big test. There's no question about it. Inside draw against some seasoned stake winners and a Grade 1 winner. But if she passes this test, she's already the real deal. She will be the realer deal. She gets it done today.
All right, so we both like the 1-2-8. We both used the 10 here. Your love. You get the leading rider, Trevor McCarthy, aboard for trainer Chad Brown. So you have to respect those connections. And this 5-year-old mare by Flatter, she's run some big races before.
Yeah, she's run some big races before, and you don't have to go too far back over fast racetracks at Saratoga and Belmont. where she won the Shine Again, and she just got beat in the Grade 2 Gallon Bloom at Belmont Park, where she fired a 90 and a 91 barrier speed figures that day. Ran long, that didn't work. Came back off the layoff over a good track. Didn't take a loving to that, but she gets back to fast today at a distance she likes, and it is Chad Brown and Trevor McCarthy. Got to respect that.
All right, so we like the same 4 filly mares there in the Grade 3. Barbara Fritchie. If you like long shots, we have a long shot to talk about here. Rodney Jenkins has a nice mare here. The 3 Shimmering Aspen, a 5-year-old mare by Malibu Moon. She's a 5-time winner here at Laurel Park, and she turned in a sensational work from last Saturday here at Laurel Park. We have that work for Shimmering Aspen. Let's show you that. Here she comes. Big, good-looking gray filly. Went 5 furlongs, 58-3.
Well, 58-3. I'm so happy for the connections. They are going to take on Graded Company for the first time today over a fast track. They've been run. She has not performed well on off tracks. She's going to get a legitimate test of her skills today. She's going to get a track she likes. She looks great there. I can tell you she's been doing great with her, a great all week. Went with her a lap yesterday. She's feeling good, and she's on her toes.
All right, so that's the Grade 3 Barbara Fritchie. Let's show you one more race. We're out of time here, so let's just talk about our winner, our top picks here in race 10. It's a nice first level allowance condition for filly mares 4 and up, going 7 furlongs. We both have the favorite on top here, the 4 Velocita Brillante for our leading trainer, Claudio Gonzalez. A sharp win for this filly, last out, first off the claim.
Yeah, steps up, turns back, off her lifetime best. 2 7/8 of a mile from the mile, gets Victor Carrasco back aboard. Carrasco, Gonzalez, they win at 29%. This horse should be very tough in the finale.
All right, so both Tim and I have a cold 4-9-6 trifecta there for you in race 10. That's it. We're out of time. A big 10-race card today for our Sprint Fest Winter Carnival. 5 stakes races, including 2 Grade 3s. The stakes action starts in race 5. We have some nice carryovers in the Super High 5 starting in the second, Pick 6 starting in race 5. Looking forward to a big day.
A big day, a big weekend. Tomorrow, Monday, big card on Monday. President's Day card is an excellent card.
Yep.
If you haven't looked at it, it's all happening right here at Laurel Park.
All right, Dave Rodman coming up next with Scratches and Changes. Good luck.